Well, hello and welcome to Lengro Live at 12. It is, of course, Wednesday, the 17th of March. And Karen George says good evening. So wherever you are in the world, welcome to Lengro. Lily May there as well. I hope you're feeling better, my darling. Hello, Eileen. And hello, Natalie Pennycook as well. So how's the school run, guys? Have you settled back into the old routine yet? Or do you still feel like Dracula, who's had the coffin lid unexpectedly thrown off? Well, now take an hour for you guys, as you're not going to want to miss what's coming up on today's show. So medium and clairvoyant Chloe Needham is here. So if you want a message from Spirit, then comment, and I'll be looking at your star signs, your stars, and your cards as well. So comment your star sign for me as well. So Karen George is in Yanchep, Western Australia. Fabulous. RM in Oz is in Victoria as well. So don't rule out Lengro coming down under. We definitely wouldn't turn down a chance. The Lengro leading ladies are back with all your viewing needs, and award-winning international music artist and advocate for mental health, Chris Searle. We've got some music and exclusive coming up from him as well. Nigel Porter is there from the North Pole. Well, later on, guys, at 2:30, I'm going on the paranormal world of Philip Solomon on Pulse Talk Radio. I wasn't quite sure why they called me, because maybe they think I'm an alien. I don't know. Who knows what I am, guys? Amanda Waring is talking about her spring equinox ceremony as well. She's also talking compassion and the true meaning of acting and speaking from it too. Jack Tyler's got a new caption competition. In fact, there is so much that is going on there that I think, first of all, we'd better get down to some readings. What do you think? Let me find my partner in crime, Double Trouble. Hello, Chloe.
Hey, yeah.
How you doing?
Not too bad, you?
Were you exhausted after our live with Lee the other night?
I was shattered. I was like a baby.
I bet you did. And if you missed it, guys, let me just scroll down and find it. Here's what you missed. There you go. That's Lee making Chloe laugh. He doesn't have to make you giggle and just try to concentrate, doesn't he? The show that we did, there's going to be more of them. But tonight, we're, of course, going over onto Derek Akora's page together, aren't we, at 7 p.m. So don't miss that, guys. And although we had loads and loads of messages on the 3 Romanies, I've been trying to prepare Chloe for how fast those comments go down on Derek's page. But have a look at the comments, Chloe. See if there's anyone that you're drawn to. And we're also talking differences later on in the show as well. What makes you stand out from the crowd? And are you proud of your quirks? You can also comment that when asking for a reading, and perhaps we can work on that as well. And also, what's been in the news recently, Sam Earle's been busy doing her research on safety and has some tips for you all. And I have got my other sis, Rose Pierce, in the house, because if there's anyone who can be my bodyguard, it's that woman. So they're going to have some tips and discuss the latest topics too. So let me take that off, and let's put that down there. And there we go. Chloe, would you like to go first, or would you like me to pick somebody first?
If you want to pick someone first, I'm not getting anyone come out at the moment. So
okay, make me notice, you guys. Do not forget, please, to like, follow, and share our page. Why not start a watch party? Maybe we've got a message for somebody you know as well. So, okay, as we've been talking International Women's Week last week, I'm bringing up a man first today. Let's have a little look. Let's draw some cards for you, Nigel Porter. And thank you so much for joining us today. You are live with Lengro every Wednesday at 12. Chloe is here. She's here to give you messages from Spirit. I'm going to look at you guys as you are standing now. And Nigel Porter, let's see what I've got to say to you. Very up and down times have been for you, Nigel. That's a sign of the times in itself, isn't it? Sometimes the very things, Nigel, that you appreciate that you do and that you're proud of that you do, your work ethic, the way that you can keep going with things, can then sometimes be your enemy at the same time. So you feel like you've created a vicious cycle for yourself. I get the impression, Nigel, as well, that you learned so much and then you've stopped learning. And I think you're frightened to continue learning for yourself. There's also a big issue where your heart's concerned. You say that you want to go forward in love, but there's something that happened in the past that you've got to right with yourself. A good man, Nigel. You're a very, very good man indeed. Don't forget, if you'd like to book a personal reading with either myself or Chloe, then I'll be running some banners along the page in just a moment. And of course, it is, look, while you look for someone, Chloe, I've got to just bring this up. St. Patrick's Day. Oh, Rose will have a few stories about St. Patrick's Day. There's our lovely Jack. Look, she went and caught her own green man for Lengro. I think this is who Jack really wanted me to bring up, isn't it? That's her little leprechaun. We'll bring that up later. Okay, so let's have a little look.
If you got Jessica Barker, please, Claire.
Jessica Barker, you have been chosen for a reading, and it could be you guys. So keep commenting if you'd like to be chosen.
Hi, Jessica. As your comment come up, I've got a lady step forward from Spirit for you. And she comes into the ether. She tells me she's your grandmother, and she comes in on a grandmotherly vibration. I feel there would have been a close link between you and this lady. I feel with this lady, she was your safe space. I feel that this lady, she surrounded you with a lot of love. I don't know if you've got a lot of siblings, but I feel maybe what this grandmother gave you, I feel was something maybe you felt missing from your mum, because there was certainly a connection more with your grandmother than with your mum. She tells me that it was her you turned to in your hour of need. And she's saying that's why she's here with you now. She's picked up with you recently, my lovely, that things haven't been quite right with you. She's saying things have been out of sorts, but you're worrying too much. You know this thing's coming up and you know the decisions you need to make, but she's saying you're worrying too much about these things. You need to spend more time focusing on the bigger problems than the smaller ones. You've got some bigger problems there and some smaller issues is the word she's using. She's saying use the energy on the bigger problems to solve them, and the smaller issues will fall into place on their own. You need to keep positive, but I feel with you, you're not spending enough time for you. You're not spending enough time doing what makes you happy. And that's the thing that will give you the positivity you need. Set that hour for you each day, even just a bath, even just a walk, even just sitting with a magazine or a book. Just make that time for you, okay? Everything could turn out okay. Love and light.
Love that. Can I piggyback you?
Yeah.
I just chose a card for Jessica Barker as well. The card that I've chosen for you, Jessica, shows actually over the last few years, you've already put in the hard work. The graft, the bad times, they've been done. So essentially what I want to add to what Chloe said is, work on the good things that you've got. Recognize what you've had the strength to build up, and then that will build you up even stronger, my darling. Oh, absolutely lovely. Okay, so I'm going to pick somebody, and if you have a message for them, then you can add it on, or you can pick somebody afterwards, and then we're going to go back to the Lengro ladies. And I'm going to go for another man here, if that's all right. I'm going to go for Paul Robinson, who says, I feel I have no light at the end of my tunnel and not going to recover. And I do know that you're talking really very, very much mentally as well, aren't you, Paul, above all else as well. Okay. All right. Paul, I can see with your reading the cards that I've drawn that you lost a whole life. You didn't just lose a few things. It really is as if a volcano opened up and you were swallowed up. But can I tell you that at that time, you really did have the wrong people around you. I feel that you've got this sense of humor. You're a great guy to be around, but sometimes that personality can attract enablers. And I think for you, it's almost been that you have to cut yourself off from everybody in order to grieve and realize that those who claim to be your friends weren't your friends at all. I do in your future as well get you doing some care, some charity work, and building up your own friendships and your own family that you make and you choose for yourself. It can be done. Look, I did it with my Lengro family. I went and stole each and every one of them, and you will find your own kind. Do you know what? In tarot cards, battens, wands, they also they relate to the season of March the 20th, when we've got the spring equinox. Now, for you, we're on the 17th. 3 days. In 3 days, take what I've said to you, take that information and decide, who is Paul? Who does Paul want to be? Because I tell you one thing, and this is to all of you out there, what good is going through all the rubbish that we go through if when we see the glimmer of the good times that we don't take that? I mean, that's unthinkable. It really is. So find your inner power, guys. Okay, what do you think, Chloe?
At the moment, still, I've got nothing home for the gentleman, but I've got a lady jumped up. I can't find her now. I'm just looking for her comment. I didn't even catch her name properly, so it's made things a bit difficult.
That's right. Can I just say that Nigel Porter said, thank you very much for my wonderful reading. It's absolutely our pleasure. It really, really is. I'll be over in the private members club later as well with part 2 of your lessons in palmistry. But if there's nobody that you want at the moment, we're going to come back for a part 2 of readings. Do you want to wait?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine with me. I can't find the lady anyway. Yeah, I can't find her anyway. I'm trying to find the comment.
Find her. That's all right. We've got plenty more time. Let me bring on this. Hello. How you doing, Rose?
I'm good. I'm really great today. I'm really buzzy.
Do you know what? I'm being really nice to you for a reason, because doesn't the salon open soon? Do you want to I can bring my marigolds, in exchange for roots.
Yes, come and do some scrubbing.
And she'd really make me scrub as well. She would. I'm going to bring on Sam as well. Let's have a little look. Where is Sam? Oh no, she's in her car, so I'm going to come to her in a minute. Let me bring on Jack, and let me bring on Amanda, and I'm going to come to Sam in a minute. Now, we are talking about lots of things. We're talking about our differences. We're talking about our quirks. What do you think about people being different? What do you think about embracing being who you are?
Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, I don't know what day it is, I don't know what time it is, but yeah, we are all different. I think when we were younger, our differences were what made us sort of stand out, not in a good way. We didn't sort of want to be different. We wanted to be the same as everyone else, didn't we? But I think as we get older, we learn to embrace our differences. Don't you think? I think that's like something that we've learned, and it's so important. That's what the whole magazine is about this week. Our differences and our quirks.
Boring?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be boring if we were all the same? How dull would that be?
If we all had pink hair, that would be awful. If we all had pink hair.
Yeah.
Look, Paul Robbo Robinson says, "How beautiful is Rose?"
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, Jack, while I find a picture, could you just please explain to people, we've got something new that's coming up, because Jack's got a new caption competition. So if you could explain what it is and what the prize is, I'll bring it up.
Yeah. So we've got a new caption competition. So each week we're going to be showing you a celebrity, and you've got to place the caption to the celebrity, and whoever wins will win a 10-minute reading with our lovely Claire. So this is Kate Hudson, and if you'd like to comment and tell us what she's saying, and then we'll choose the winner.
Oh, that's
okay.
Exciting.
There it is. There is a picture.
What's she saying, Rose? She's, I've burned the toast again.
I need my roots done.
Another day of lockdown. Shit, my hair's pink.
This is the woman before she realizes that the kids are actually back at school. She thinks they're in the house still, but then in a minute that's going to go relaxed.
Please speak from experience, my darling.
Oh dear. So do think of that. So
I think we've got a scammer on here.
Oh, okay, right. Let me go to the do you know my work is never done on this page? Let's block
Talking about individualism and individual and celebrating our differences, I think that is our vital superpower, is to acknowledge that we can be different, we can have different opinions, we can look different, but you know what? We all love the same.
Yeah.
So already,
absolutely,
there is one person that doesn't feel love at some point in their life. So there is a unifying, a consolidation of recognizing with compassion that what we all experience at some point is that feeling of love.
I love that. So, I love it.
Yeah.
In a moment, we're going to be going over to Sam Earl. Her mum's actually gone in to have the vaccine now, and we've got people at different stages. Laura Ann, love of our life, stay in bed and rest, please, because she's not very well. But first of all, let me tell you a little something about astrology. Then Amanda's going to tell you about her upcoming ceremony, and Chloe has some amazing words to share with us. So, as an astrologer, guys, as the sun enters Aries on the 20th. Yep, in 3 days' time, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. We celebrate the end of the astrological year and we begin our journey into another. Also on that date, Venus joins in the fun and our desires come to the fore. We'll no longer be able to resist the pull of our dreams, and what we all put out to the universe will get back in return. So you all need to radiate all you want to attract from here on in. This is a time to be your best and the strongest you possible. Also, I feel astrologically that health is important and taking care of yours, guys. Think about what you put into your body and what you allow into your head too. So with what's happened astrologically so far this year, our teaching is done and it's time to live the lessons learned. So Amanda, what are you doing for the vernal equinox?
Well, I am creating a beautiful ceremony. So it's another free ceremony for all of you out there. If you want to join me, it's at 7 o'clock on the 20th of March, so on Saturday. And it'll be a half an hour condensed mini ceremony for you to not only recognize and to celebrate, because how often do we celebrate who we are? Celebrate what we've achieved so far. So much at this time, it is around what we haven't got, what we haven't achieved, what we haven't done. But where do we actually allow our body, mind, and spirit to align and actually relax in the perfection of what we have loved, what we have given, what we have shared? So we will work on an element of a celebration ceremony of our unique selves, our unique gifts, and then we will make that leap. I see it as crossing a rainbow bridge to the future, because we are all of us responsible for creating this new world. And this element of inspiration, any of you that are feeling uninspired, lost, I get it. I so understand. I absolutely lost all my mojo desperately only a week ago. And it's starting to come back. And hopefully all of you out there are starting to feel that you're coming together as this excitement of spring. Then we are actually feeling this spring feeling. And Chloe, darling, I know whether you want me to read it, this, I have. It's a beautiful thing to read, or whether you want to share it. How do you feel?
I'm happy to do.
Well, and then
Brilliant.
This is just some words that yesterday I was sitting thinking, and it was just some words that come to me from the heart that I wanted to share on Facebook. And I feel it's something that should be shared in line with what Amanda's saying about spring. Remember that whilst we're still in lockdown, how a visit to nature is free and allowed for your daily exercise. It's an open space. Take yourself there if you're able and reground yourself. If you walk through the woods, be silent and listen to the trees. If you walk by water, listen to the flow or to the sound of the waves. If you walk through open space, listen to the bird song and visualize. As you take each step, feel your feet almost sinking into the ground as though you're planting yourself. Feel the energy coming from the ground beneath you and the nature around you. Fill your entire body from your feet to the top of your head. As you do this, focus on your breath. Exhale fear, inhale calm. Exhale worry and inhale peace. Feel your entire body relax as you release and let go. Be in the moment. Feel peace, feel calm, feel love. Spring is arriving, fresh and new life and rebirth in nature. Mother Earth is being born again. Take heed that whilst now the world is fallen silent, we too shall all be reborn like the first signs of spring, as this worrying time like winter shall also pass. Namaste.
I love that. Amanda, you have to use that for your ceremony.
I was going to ask Chloe, darling, if I could. I'd be thrilled.
You're most welcome. Absolutely most welcome.
So beautifully written. And I just, the only thing I want to add to that is because I know there are people out there that are struggling and everything. Just that feeling, hi Sam, just that love, as I just wanted to go, you know, this love will carry. This love will carry you. Oh, love. This love will carry you through. So let's strengthen love, not hate, We are not integrating. We are not combating hate. We are ignoring the hate, and we are taking that love forward. I love these women. I love all of you out there. Bless you for everything that you're sharing with us as well. It's really precious at this time that we have this wonderful community.
Oh, it really is. Now we are talking COVID vaccines, and after that, we're going to be talking safety as well, with all that's been going on in the news, and also doing some more readings with Chloe and I for you guys. But first of all, Sam is at the stage of where with Mum? Is she gone in yet, Sam?
Yeah, she's gone in. She's had it done. She is now just waiting to be able to go. You have to wait 15 minutes afterwards, so she's just waiting to come back out now. So yeah, she's been jabbed.
Well, was she nervous? Was she nervous before she went in?
She was a little bit nervous before she went in, but a lady that we work with had it done yesterday. She did give everyone a tip, which I will share now. Before you go for your jab, make sure you take paracetamol, and then every 4 hours afterwards take paracetamol, because apparently it helps with any side effects. So Mum did take them. So in 4 hours time, she will make sure she pops some more pills, and she'll keep on going, so she has no side effects, I hope.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I did just want to remind all of you guys as well, I've got a picture just to bring up before we go on with the show. If you missed this last night, let me find a quick little banner. Here we go, hold on a second. This is Mitch Jenkins' new show. It's called The Surgery. It's live at 7:30 p.m. Amanda, tell them what it's all about.
Oh, it was fantastic. Any of you out there, absolutely brilliant. We've got children, teenagers up to the age of 18 that want to go into the theatre, that want to find out ways to express themselves, use their voice, to improvise, to help them with confidence. Mitch has the most wonderful team, and he spearheads it superbly well. And this talk that he gives, this surgery, if you like, is for us to ask questions, for children to really be in the spotlight. So he focused on the most incredible young man that sang beautifully, one of the students that he teaches, out of this world. So the teaching is there, where he puts spotlights on people that need to be promoted, for children that need more confidence, and for families to be able to say, okay, what do we need for drama school? How do we get the exams made and done? So he's a font of information and inspiration, and we love Mitch.
Oh, well, I love it when Rose Pierce gets bored, because obviously she hasn't been able to go in and do hair. And I was going through my WhatsApp pictures earlier, and this is just some of the things that she's done to her husband in lockdown. Look, the pink Mohican. Luckily, I mean, it goes on and on and on. So at least you'll be happier now when you can go back and do hair, won't you? Okay, so guys, I'm going to bring up a bit more of a serious subject now, and I've got some photographs that Sam has asked me to bring up as well. So taking it seriously for just a moment, we've all seen what's been happening with the police, and so we couldn't not address it rather on today's show. We're about lifestyle. And we wanted to ask the question today about what you think about the safety of women and what we need to do to feel safer. I've got one of the difficult situations. Oh, hold on. I've got to take Rose off and put her on again. Oops. There we go. I'm with a man who only has to see a woman being shouted at in a street and then goes up and offers help. So Rich is the first one to sort of jump in with people. What's your views on what's been going on in the news and you know what we've been witnessing?
Well, I don't think that's a bad thing, as in Rich jumping, obviously depending on what they got, you know, hoping the other person doesn't have any weapons or anything else like that. I don't think that is a bad thing that Rich tries to help women. Obviously, we all know my dad looks the part. He will, you know, jump in if he sees anybody in trouble. But does that make us feel a little bit suspicious? Maybe. And I think that's the sad part in the world at the moment, because you don't know anymore, do you? You know, especially with everything that's going on about, you know, in the news about poor Sarah who was murdered, and the fact there was police involvement. But I would just like to say it's not all policemen. It was one policeman. They're not all like that. They are genuinely there to help us. And I've got friends who are police officers, and they are not like that at all.
Yeah, well,
it's not a new thing, is it? I mean, women we've always felt like this, you know, ever since we've been going out. it's not a new thing. I haven't, luckily, haven't come across anything myself personally, but I think that's because when I was young, whenever I used to go to clubs or anything with my friends, my dad would always pick us up wherever we went. He would, whatever time, he would pick us up, drop all my friends off as well, so they didn't have to walk home or anything. And then, when I got married, my husband used to do it. I used to go out with my friends. He'd always pick me up. So I've never come across it, but I've never felt really safe at night. I think we just naturally always are looking over our shoulders.
I think what's so terrifying about this is that it's where we've accepted and thought, well, this is just the lot of a woman, that we have to feel anxious, paranoid, that we can't walk with freedom wherever we choose to walk. I lived on Putney Common all my life, and there was always issues and problems there. And I, love that freedom of nature. And as a little girl, I used to be able to go out there. And then, yes, there was loads of flashes that would come in, and I've had so many incidents of things that have been deeply upsetting and troubling and traumatizing. And I think that that's what's good, is that people are recognizing the pain they've gone through. It's got to come up to the surface. We've got to talk about it. Men have to recognize that it's not a laugh, that actually it's not, women in general don't feel safe if they are followed. They don't feel, oh, look, I'm so sexy, all these guys are following me. No, what they can feel is actually intimidated and frightened. So the education, and I agree with Amber, the pornography that has exacerbated the compliance, but also ourselves to say, we're not going to accept this anymore now. This shouldn't be how we live in the world. And it wasn't how we lived in the world before. But we can get back to it because we've got a template of how things were before.
Yeah, let me bring that across to Rose now, because this will be a subject of sport, which is close to Rose's heart. So taekwondo, says Natalie Pennycook, and had a bag full of stuff and smacked him with the bag. Rose, you and I have run away from people before that have chased us up a street. Didn't realise I was such a good runner. But what's your take on it all then?
Yeah, but we were laughing at them.
Well, do you know what? That's the whole thing. And somebody just said about a flasher
at the time.
No, I don't think they'd miss with a gypsy and an Irish woman, do you? I really don't. But Sam's got some top tips as well of things that are out to sort of keep us safe, really. Let's have a little look. Kim Gary says we need to educate our children as little boys grow into big men, as for little girls as well. I do think that, the term of flasher when we were kids, if we were flashed, like you said, Rose, you and I have laughed about it because it was laughable, because it was pathetic. It happened in the day, and lots of people got flashed at, but it's clearly not acceptable. And it's really now that it's been brought to a platform of what happens next, isn't it? To make sure that there's better rules in place and things. So Sam, tell us, if I bring up the pictures then, what you found. Let's have a little look.
Okay, so I was literally going through lots of, because I'm very, very lucky. Obviously, I'm a military kid. I didn't have to worry about any of this. I was living behind wire. But that picture was a smoke detector, fire alarm as we call it over here. And if you move into somewhere new, just check to make sure there's not any hidden cameras in there. It doesn't matter, you're in your own home, you think you're safe. Just have a quick double check, because some people are dodgy. And we don't want to really be associated with them, do we? So just have a quick look, double check there's not a lens there. You can get little gadgets that are literally about that big, that will actually check. It will reflect off the lens, so it will check whether or not you've got any hidden cameras in your rental property. Now this is, if someone is coming at you, you want to go for the weak spots. And this is a very attractive man, as we can see. So you want to, if you're going to go for the eyes, you want to claw, poke, or grab someone. If you want to go for the nose, punch, elbow, or headbutt them. The base of the throat, you want to jab, poke, and shove. Your fingers, which literally is just here. Anyone that can feel it. If you push it on yourself, it feels uncomfortable. So if you do it with any force at someone that is coming at you from the front, it will definitely make them choke. Fingers, you just want to bend them. Just bend them back, separate them. It will make them stop touching you. If you want to go for their crutch, you want to kick, punch, grab them. Knees, kick them in the knees. Feet, stomp on them. And then just run. 100% just run away once they've, once they're in pain, just get yourself out of there. But when you are running away, you want to do it in a zigzag pattern because it exhausts them, but you're okay and you can get out of there quicker.
This next still that I've got to bring up, I was very confused, and actually from everything that you said, I think I get what this next one's about. I do now.
Okay. Right, this one, don't worry, this is a tattoo. This is something that somebody has tattooed on themselves. Questionable, but basically, this is just one that I would like to point out. If someone has come at you, if they put their hand over your mouth, anything like that, bite them. 100% bite them, because they are going to have a hell of a time trying to explain why your teeth marks are in their skin. And I'd also like to point out that's a very, very good way for any DNA passing, and it's good for a conviction, just on the legal side, being that I've done all that. But if all else fails, go for the Sandra Bullock Miss Congeniality method and sing. So you want a solar plexus, instep, nose, and groin, and then get the hell out of there. Or laugh at them, depending on how much pain you've put them in.
Say that again, because I thought you meant sing and they would just run away as soon as I started.
You never know.
I was thinking if Claire sang, they would definitely run away.
Yeah. Me and Rose, a duet.
But repeat that, darling.
As much as possible. Don't be afraid to be vocal.
Okay.
Rose,
Sing as in attack, not, well, you can sing at them if you wish.
Love it. Rose, go on.
I was attacked in Brighton,
solar plex,
and I just went crazy
Instep.
at the guy. He went to grab my breast, and I just screamed at him and shouted so loud that other people started looking, and he ran away. So sometimes it's a good idea to start using your voice, and if you can, that is, because some people freeze.
Yeah, 100%. Always say,
and just go.
Don't say help. If you say help, people tend to ignore. Shout fire, everyone.
Yeah. Can I just say to all the men? Yeah, to all of the men out there that wonder whether they should or shouldn't interfere if they see a woman that might be in distress, ask every time. It's better for her to tell you to F off. But I've got a very close person to me who was being abused in the back of a taxi by her partner. And the taxi driver stopped in a dark area and said he didn't want the trouble and made them get out. So she was left in a dark area, in a more precarious situation. But my message would be to all you men out there, and there's so many of you good ones, more good than bad, isn't there? There's good and bad in everybody, guys. Do ask if people want help, don't you think?
Definitely.
Yeah,
I feel sorry for those guys that are really nice and very caring at the moment, because we're not talking about you. It's just the one-off that is, it shouldn't happen. But there's a lot of very nice and caring guys.
My dad was called out. So my dad starred in Z-Cars, and he was Inspector Goss in it, and he had a lot of friends that were in the police force. And as I said, we lived on Putney Common, so there was often lots of incidences, and he was always running out. My dad was a tall guy, and people would either recognise him from the TV and think he genuinely was, an inspector going out to harass them. But he ran out. There was a woman screaming and a man was screaming, and he went out and he dragged the man off the woman, and it was the woman that was trying to stab the man. And Dad completely misunderstood the situation. And actually, that was we make assumptions, don't we? So I think, yes.
Yeah.
When those situations discover
that's a really, really interesting topic, because if you'd like to comment, Chloe and I are about to double back again to do some more readings. Making assumptions, we talk about being who we are. I'm a Romany gypsy, and before I've even met people, they have an opinion. And I'll never forget, years ago, when I was doing loads and loads of newspapers and magazines, we were invited to someone's house for dinner, and we sat down, we had the first course, and they actually turned around to me, this woman, and she said, she went, I didn't think I'd like you, but you're actually really nice. And I was like, talk about a kiss and a slap. People have assumptions, don't they? And sometimes I think you've got to grasp on to who you are and where you come from, because that's where we find our pride. It's our best bit. Like the Irish. What are you doing for St. Patrick's Day, Rose, today?
Well, I'm going to fly over to Dublin.
Your sound has gone.
Oh,
It's back now. It's back.
I said,
It's
yes,
back.
I'm going to fly to Dublin.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Lunch at the Ivy
And
in a
I'm
couple of
going
hours.
to do, yeah, and I'm going to do a street party and do a jig.
Do a jig. I'll do a jig with you later. I will do a jig with you. Okay, so we've got lots and lots of stories coming in. It's time to, there's some very funny comments as well about what to do if you meet an attacker there. If you would like a reading, please don't forget, comment right now to Chloe and I. And we've also got some music coming up on the show as well. And we're actually going to have the artist himself. Let's have a little look. It is Chris. That's dreadful, isn't it? It's the amazing Chris Searle, and an amazing artist. He's going to be live with us on Saturday night. Don't forget to also think of your banners for this. Let's just find it one more time for our caption. Where's it gone? Where is she? Here she is. And make sure you comment. And I think Sammy's watching, Sammy Norcutt. Maybe you can help us put the best captions, Sammy, for someone to win a free reading as well.
I think she's just trying to stop gravity from working.
Natural facelift.
Right, let me take it. Wait a minute, Amanda.
That's what it is.
Sorry, Sam. Let's have a little look. Sorry, Jax. Love having the control of you, Rose. Oh no, I want my hair done. Looking good. Looking good. Excuse me while we just
You better be nice to me.
Okay, let's have a banner up as well. Let me just put a banner up, a brand up, and let's have some fun today. And let's get some really, really good readings going. And if we don't pick you today, then join us at 7 o'clock on Derek Akora's page as well. Oh, do you like that? That's quite nice, isn't it, Chloe?
That's nice.
Okay, so let me put Chloe's details up as well for you. There we go. So let's have a little look at the comments. And give us some star signs as well.
Karen George, Claire, I think she needs some guidance, bless her.
Hold on, just bring it up. There you go.
Hello, lovely. As I read your comment, I've got to say, I've got a gentleman step forward for you. I feel this gentleman, he comes through on a grandfather, father vibration. I feel more inclined to say grandfather with him because as he steps closer to me, he's coming in as an older gentleman. But I feel there would have been a connection with possibly this would be your dad's dad. He comes forward and he's saying that just recently he's been in your home and there's been a lot of strange goings on in the home. He's saying that things are out of balance. He's saying that he feels, obviously you're quite spiritual, I feel, with you, and I feel that some sage burnt in the home would help to ease this situation. Is there an item that you've bought recently prior to lockdown, maybe prior to this most recent lockdown, maybe from a boot fair or from a charity shop? Because I feel something's come into the home and it's upset the energy inside the home. He's saying this item needs to go. If you don't want to get rid of it, then this item needs to be blessed over. In relation to your granddaughter is going to be fine. She's in the best place. She's being treated. I'm being told it's nothing serious with your granddaughter. There's a lot of concern, some tests coming up, and there will be a course of treatment for her, but this is nothing serious. It's nothing overly serious or life-threatening. Certainly in relation to your heartbreak, the emotion I feel coming in with you, I've got emotion around you, but I'm being told by this lovely man that a lot of that is spiritual awakening. With relation to the heartbreak, happier time is coming in for you. You need to separate the two because I feel a lot of your emotions at the moment are from a spiritual awakening you're going through. Whereas the heartbreak is something completely separate. I hope you can understand this. Sending lots of love and light.
Lovely. Can I just say that I hope you don't mind. I drew a card as well for you, Karen George, the 5 of Cups. You love your granddaughter, but then love yourself, please. There's the need for you to look after yourself. Make sure that you're eating well, that you're resting. Be the strong support that you want to be, because otherwise you might feel weak all the time. You're not getting the best out of yourself, and you've got to make sure that you are healthy, that you are fit, and that you are strong too. It's really key to everything going the way that you want it to, please, as well. Okay, let's take that one down. Let's have a little look. I'm going to bring up Andrea Beveridge Jones. And hello, if you've just joined us, you're with myself, Claire Petulengro, and Chloe Needham. So if you'd like a message from Spirit, or if you'd like a clairvoyant reading from me, then please don't forget to comment. And you can also book privately with us as well. Somebody just commented that they're worried they missed the Lengro show. The ladies are backstage, and we'll just do a couple of readings, and then we'll bring them back on.
I think sorry, Claire. I think Kim Gary, who put about missing the Lengro show, that's her caption for Kate Hudson.
Oh, it is, isn't it? See, what would I do without you? You know, things just go over my head. It's a good job, isn't it? It's a good job you know me. Oh dear. The good news is, Andrea, for you, I've drawn the Empress card for you. So I know what you want, but I also know that the actual relationship that you're in is not destined to be the one for you. Why? Because it's a way of life and a style of life that is mentally draining for you. And I feel that no matter what you say, the person in question seems to be speaking a different language almost. Cut your losses. If it takes you time to get out of, so be it. But holding the Empress card, you're probably best when you're kicked to the ground. You seem to have a survival mode. Time's running out. Can I just say, the sooner you cut ties and losses, the better and stronger you'll feel. There's not just an emotional control with this person, but they seem to be able to affect lots of areas of your lives. I don't like bullies. I don't tolerate bullies. So the best thing that you can do is cut contact straight away with this man. And if you have to have contact for other reasons, then there are ways of doing it. Okay, so be strong so that you feel healthy and you feel safe and that you're getting the love that you deserve. You certainly have given it enough. All right, let's have a little look. I like that, Leslie Anthony. She says, some people believe it takes 30 seconds to form a first impression. Others say just 2 to 3 seconds. Psychologists say it takes just 1/10 of a second to form an impression. Do you know, Leslie, sometimes I've made an impression of someone that I'm going to meet whose name I've heard, and I just don't like them. Or I know I'm going to like them, but for me, it's very much about matter sometimes. I just pick up on all sorts of things, and I'd love to know how you all judge other people. Is it with your head or is it with your heart? Chloe, is there anyone that you're drawn to there?
Elma van Grunen, I think I'm saying that right.
Very well pronounced, better than I would ever do it.
Hi, Elma. As I saw your comment, I felt I need to come to you, not so much with a reading, but on this side of things, you're saying you've been emotional for 4 days for missing someone that's not here anymore. That's perfectly natural. That's perfectly understandable. To feel emotions is part of the human process of what we go through in life. If you didn't feel emotion, you wouldn't be human. It's okay not to be okay, and it's okay to feel any kind of emotion in any situation. So missing people that aren't there and being emotional for that, that's acceptable. That's allowed. I feel around that psychically and spiritually coming in that there is an anniversary or a birthday or a wedding anniversary or something significant towards someone who is in spirit who you miss. And I've got a gentleman coming forward and he said, I was her granddad. I feel this gentleman, as he comes in around you, he's your guardian angel, and I feel he guides you on your journey through life. He wants you to know that him and your other loved ones in spirit, I've got 2 lovely ladies coming forward and another younger gentleman. I feel maybe on a godfather or an uncle vibration. And your grandfather's saying they're all around you, love. He's saying just because they're not here and you can't see them anymore, they are all around you. And I feel as you move forward, you're quite spiritual. And I feel that you're going to start picking up on the signs of these people being around you, and you're going to know they're there. It's going to become clear to you they're around you, and know that you can feel their love. You can call out to them and they will hear you, and you will feel their love in your own way. Okay, I hope this helps.
I absolutely love that. I'm just going to do something quickly. I picked a card for Kim Gary. And Kim Gary, the relationship answer that I've got for you is that at the moment you feel a little bit like a square peg in a round hole. If you want this relationship to succeed, you've got to start by being more you. And I sense at the moment you're saying what the other person wants to hear. And I would like to see Kim all be Kim. That's the only way that we can find out whether or not relationships can work. Oh, you've brought some tears there for Elma in a good way, I think, because we've got to thank you as well. If you do want to go deeper and to book with Chloe, then please do. Let me just take the thing off us right down here. and get the girls back as well. So there's Jack. Hello, Jack.
Hello.
Be prepared to tell us what's in Lengro, but also for me to bring up a few famous faces as well. There's Amanda, a gorgeous face. Sam, is Mum back yet, Sam?
She is. She's just on the phone though. Work never stops.
Oh.
No rest for the wicked. That's what they say, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely love it. I was going to say, with the caption, what I think we should do is maybe we're going to keep the caption up and put it up separately after the show so that you all have a chance to comment, because I know what Rose is like. She's going to come up with a caption and going to want to enter as well, aren't you, Rose? But you can always take hers because she can't actually enter because she's in the Lengro team. But do comment after the show when we put it up as well. So let's have a little look at your comments and see what you want to discuss today as well. Oh, look. Gemma Quayle's in the house.
Hi, Gem.
Hey.
Hi, Gem.
Let's have a look. Okay, here's what I would like to ask you. We've got the lovely Carmen Ingram Dougherty. I'm going to ask Rose first, I think. While you're thinking about the answer, I'm going to read out Carmen's comment. What do you use, all of you, to judge a person before you meet them? Is it your head? Is it your heart? Is it the shoes that they wear? Because Carmen says, I've never been wrong sensing people's energy. Energy reveals everything and people's eyes.
I agree with that, 100%. I try not to judge anyone until I've met them. But, you know, once you've lost my trust, that's it, done. Unfortunately for them, not for me. Because they're just gone.
I'm exactly the same. I use my heart, definitely, and it's definitely sort of the energy they give of what I feel straight away. But if somebody does me wrong, sort of thing, I sort of forget. No, what is it? I forgive but never forget.
Yeah.
Oh, like you're an elephant then, Jax. It's like an elephant. Isn't it? Is that right?
Yeah, that's it. Absolutely.
Oh, charming.
I've got to vent somewhere because I've got to be nice to Rose. Go on, say it again, Rose.
I definitely use my heart to sense. Sometimes my heart can supersede and be too forgiving.
Yeah.
So I've had to learn about the power of positive boundaries.
Can I just say I love Kim Gary's comment, but I need to do a little bit of technical work, guys. So I'm going to take the team off one by one to enable me to play a little bit of music. What I need you to do is to tell me whether or not you can hear the sound. And then I can do it for you. But this is an international award-winning young man called Chris Searle as well. Let's have a little look and find his video for you. And this is a song which has got a really interesting story to it. But I'm going to let you hear the lyrics for yourself. He's also a mental health advocate, and I can't wait to meet him. But first of all, take a look at this.
I woke up in the middle of the night. I had the strangest feeling and it didn't feel right. I've got your blood on my shirt and dye in my hands.
It's not working, but one second, guys. Let's try once more. Because
I just got scared. Should I go back? Will you still be there? Or have you been found? The memory of our voices loud.
I have no idea why that's not playing, and that is such a shame. Would you like me to try one more time so you can hear it, but you can't see it? Let me just try. Maybe I have to press something else. Let's have a look. Here we go. Let's try. Oh.
Well, I don't know why I'm on.
Hi, everybody. We are having an interesting. If you can guess the next person that's going to come up.
These mental effects have darkened my head.
And I'm sure Claire's going to bring someone else up now. It's Hudson. Love it. If you got her right as next, you've won another prize.
Okay.
Yeah, I
It's
think
a
it's
lovely voice.
connection. It sounds incredible.
It's a good job I can't sack myself, isn't it, for my technical work?
Good.
Did it just come up just now?
No.
No.
It didn't.
No,
Do I-
you
do
have
I-
You
issue
can
with
hear
my
him
song.
singing, and he has a lovely voice, but you
Yeah.
just obviously can't see the video.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
We did see Jack sing about the magazine, my darling, if you wanted to share that.
just tell me for 1 second. I'm I'm a Scorpio. Let's just try one more time. Let me know if you can hear it and see it. Comment straight away.
It's clear now what I did was wrong. The anger deep inside me told me to go on. Rage filled my traumatized head. I realized afterwards it should be me laying there. Should I go back? Will you still be there? Or have you been found? The viciousness in your stares, all the secret shrouds. Out of my head and out of my depth. These mental effects have darkened my head. Have dried from the tears that I shed. Oh, I let us down, and now I suffer how the wounds stay open instead. Out of my head and out of my depth. These mental effects have darkened my head. Out of my head and out of my depth. These mental effects have darkened my head. Out of my head and out of my depth. These mental effects have darkened my head.
Wow. Hello, I don't know if you can all hear me or not, so give us 1 second. Okay, we are back. Can you hear me? Okay, guys. I seem to have got kicked off, and I had to actually come off air to do that. Let's have a little look. I don't know why.
You actually sacked yourself.
It might be because we played music. Maybe that's why.
It just froze everything that I clicked upon. It's another picture of my mother. There you go. Let's have a little look. Let's bring everybody back on again then. That was a real technical glitch with an absolutely amazing song.
Yeah, what a lovely voice.
Yeah,
I can't wait to
Definitely
meet him on
got some
Saturday.
powerful lyrics there as well. I think that's absolutely brilliant. Be interested to hear how he put it all together on Saturday when he's on the show.
Well,
And of
actually,
course, the interview's in the magazine, so you can read about it there as well.
Yep. Cherie Rice has done a write-up. But Chloe, you know Chris. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
He's just a lovely soul. He started out at school. He was always very special at school with his talents for singing and acting. Down to, I mean, obviously I don't want to give too much away. This for Chris to speak about on Saturday. He was asked to go back to school once he'd left to take part, and he went on to do media studies, music, and he's just fantastic. He's hugely talented. He had his own music studio to help others, but he'll tell you all this on Saturday. But he's fantastic, and I love him.
I love the tone of his voice, and so what I'm going to do is when we come off air, I will pop that video up, and you can all give him a comment as well. Don't forget to read the latest issue of Lengro magazine at lengro.co.uk. What else have we got to tell them, guys? What have we forgotten?
Clay,
Have we got Jack telling us what's in the magazine, or did I miss that bit?
You've put on the bottom about YouTube. You can get his song on Apple Music and all other like major platforms as well, like iTunes.
Absolutely fantastic. I think somebody as well is crackling. I don't know who it is. I'm going to have to take off. It's Amanda. No, it's not Amanda. Let's have a little look. No, there are so many technical issues going on. Is it Chloe? It's me. It might be me. Oh my goodness. Hey.
I think it's Rose, actually.
No, bless it. Let me try Rose. Hold on a second. Ooh. It sounds like it might have been Rose as well. So let's show you where you can read the magazine, where you can follow us guys as well. Kim Gary said it was me. There's Lengro Kids as well. You can read Lily May. You can read Immy. You can read Casey and Honey Bee from the kids' outlook of things as well. Also to remind you all that we let's have a little look. Also to remind you all, we have a paranormal show coming up on April the 30th with the lovely Mitch Jenkins and Amanda Waring as well. I think that's about all wrapped up for today, isn't it?
Well, darling, if you say it is, then you're the boss. Then we're going with it. I definitely, we can end our show. It looks like we're on our timing there.
Let's have
Irish Day. I wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day. Whatever they're going to do today, and have a big white rose, have a little dance and an arm around a green, whatever it was that you were with, Jack.
Leprechaun. But he was a bit too tall to be a leprechaun, so I'm a bit suspicious about him.
I wouldn't worry. Now, I would come and rescue you if I saw that in the street. All right.
Good.
Or rescue him from Jack. You never
If I was coming at you with a 4-leaf clover, I'm sorry, I'd be in there.
Yeah. Or I could sing to him even. That would scare him.
Absolutely love that. So don't forget to join Chloe and I at 7 p.m. this evening on Derek Okora's page. And also, I'll be in the private members club to do part 2 of a palmistry lesson. I'm definitely going to put that video out next. And do you know what? I think I might come on live later for a few more readings on my page as well with Chloe, if you're up for it at some point as well. In the meantime, I've got an appointment with Pulse Radio to be on their UFO paranormal show. If I don't see you, wave at me to wherever they take me, whichever planet it's going to be. And I will catch up with you all soon. Let me just find something nice to play you out with. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you soon.